Welcome to China Innovation. This is the home page. When you click on the link, this is what will open. You can choose your language at the top here, either English or Chinese. This is the Chinese menu system. If you click back to English, you'll be able to see words that make sense to me. The other two buttons mean that you can either log in or register. I'll show you the registration page first. Here you can choose a username and password. If you already know your login details, just fill them in here. Your username that's been given to you and your password. Once you click on login, it'll take you to your main dashboard inside the system. Down the left hand side you'll see a menu system. We'll be covering each of those menu items in more detail in a later video. In the center of your screen you'll see all the courses that you've been added to. You may only see one course, you may see as many as this, but if you click on any of the courses, it takes you into that course. Next, you'll see a breakdown of the different sections. If you open up the sections using the triangles, you'll see what's contained in each section. We're interested in chapter 21, and there are 4 elements. If you click on any of them, then you can see what's inside. We're going to go to the main learning, which is the educational bit at the front. This is quite a large item, takes a few seconds to load, but when it does, it looks like this. You have a player in the middle of the screen with a list of menu items on the left hand side. Down the bottom right hand side are next and previous buttons, which you can use to move through the presentation. Here you'll see some vocabulary items. Clicking on tent will make you listen to that word. Again, you click next and there's more vocabulary. Then next takes you to the story. This is slightly different, that there are no next and previous buttons at the bottom right hand side. So you must use the green buttons at the top. You either listen to the text or move to the next block of text. When you step through and you come to the final bit of text, obviously there's no way to move to the next slide. So what happens is when you're almost through, a blue button pops up and you can click on that to take you to the next slide. This is very simple. Click and drag. You find the right word for the right space and you click and drag it into the right place, hopefully. Once you've completed all of the drag and drop items, you'll click on submit in the bottom right hand corner, and this will tell you if you're right or wrong. In this case I was wrong. The next slide is a drag and drop where you connect 2 together. So you drag the ones on the right and connect them to ones on the left. Hopefully they match, and if they do match, clicking on submit will tell you if you've got them all right or not. In this case I got 1 wrong or 2 wrong. The next slide is a multiple options slide. So there might be more than one, or there might be just one right-hander. We don't know. In this case I got the answer correct. Drag and drop, this is putting the words into the correct order to make sense. So you're making a sentence that makes sense. So you just drag all of the green ones into the yellow holes and click on submit. Again, in this case I got this one wrong. I'm not going to go through them all this time. I'm just going to drag a couple just to show you and then click submit. Obviously I was wrong again. This one's slightly different. You've got 6 options and only 4 holes. So make sure that you get the right 4 words in the right 4 places. Click on submit. It'll tell you if you're right or wrong. Continue takes you through to the last slide, and then what you do is you then move back to the items in the main course by clicking here.